Yo, what is good everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to another PE news video. Today we've got two awesome topics for you guys. Trust me, you're going to love this information here. Well, maybe some of you guys will love it, at least the latter half. But the first story, a little disappointing to some, to me not so much, but Eurogamer has basically stated that they have multiple sources that tell them that the Wii U's ride will end officially this Friday. So Nintendo will be shutting down production of the Wii U, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what Scott Moffat said, the former employee of Nintendo, where he's like, hey man, you better snap up a Wii U when you can, because we're kind of moving on to the Nintendo Switch. Back then it was known as Nintendo NX. So yeah, go ahead and get one. So it looks like, yep, that's coming to an end this Friday. Production will shut down November 4th, and Nintendo will be in full Nintendo Switch and of course Nintendo 3DS cleanup mode. And just for some comparison's sake, GameCube sold 21 million, N64 sold 32 million, the Wii sold over 101 million units. The original NES actually sold 60 million. That's Nintendo's best-selling console other than the Wii. So if you want to look at what Nintendo has done best outside of just the Wii, has been the original NES all the way back in the mid-80s to late. So I mean, it's really interesting just to see the steep decline, especially with the Super Nintendo facing such stiff competition. I think the Super Nintendo did so well, whereas the NES, it kind of had no competition outside of a few other things here and there, but they were kind of saving the industry back then. So it's just interesting to just see how the decline of Nintendo has went down, and really I don't think it's because of anything other than self-inflicted wounds when it comes to Nintendo's decline in the console market. In the portable market, you guys all know Nintendo has been solid, but I do think with this Nintendo Switch system, if they play their cards right, they can easily get back to a Nintendo 64 to Super Nintendo range as far as unit sales. There's enough gamers out there that don't necessarily need to have the super highest end of Scorpio specs, that just want great game after great game after great game. Now Nintendo needs to make sure that this device is modern. It looks like a very modern running tablet-like device that can also be a home console. It looks like it. Now they just have to prove it with the apps, functionality, features, in addition to the great content that they're going to be bringing to this system. So sad for the Nintendo Wii U, but obviously it was coming. They're not really making any games for it right at this point, and really all they have is Paper Mario Color Splash on the Wii U for the holiday season, and that game isn't even doing that well. So the fact that Nintendo's pretty much already given up on the Wii U, we saw that the writing was on the wall last year at E3 when they just came out with that horrible E3 conference that they had, where they ended with music instead of like a big game reveal. So, and they showed off Amiibo. They showed off Yarn Amiibo. They had a whole segment on Yarn Amiibo, guys. So I think the writing on the wall was for many people like, yeah, they've moved on. Sad for people who love the Wii U, but for me it's kind of like, let's move on to the next thing. Now this one is going to be interesting because Image Informed Games, developers behind Steamworld Heist and Steamworld Dig. Now let me mind you by saying, yes, these are indie developers, but they are indie developers who have worked on multiple systems. We're talking about PC, we're talking about Nintendo 3DS, we're talking about PS Vita, PS4, Linux, Mac. They know how to really code and source for everything. They know their stuff when it talks about different systems, because they have made games for multiple different systems as recently as, like now, with Steamworld Heist. That game getting very good reviews across the board on all the different systems and platforms that it's on. So Image Inform had some really good things to say. They were actually answering questions on Twitter about the Nintendo Switch. So this is what they had to say on Twitter. At first they said, anything you want to know about the Nintendo Switch, we're shooting a new engine room episode. Keep in mind, we can't confirm any rumored features. So then that opened the floodgates to pretty much anyone and everyone who follows them or follower of followers to ask them some questions. And here's what some of them are. I'm just going to go down the list here. So I'm not going to say the person who asked the question just because I don't know if they want me to say their name. So I'll just read out the question. So how's the unit feel? Build quality, etc. Is it active fan loud? Are there sticks clickable? Or are the sticks clickable, I should say? It feels nice in your hands. That's what he said there. It feels nice in your hands. Do games run much worse on it as a handheld than a TV console? Can't comment on specs, I'm afraid, but Nintendo are definitely not skimping on power, and that's the reason why you see that in the title here. Now, Image Informed, like I said, they've developed on multiple systems, they've developed on the powerful systems, the PC, they kind of know everything, and they're saying, hey, Nintendo is not skimping on power here. Now, that can mean anything. Obviously, these people are big Nintendo fans, they're developers of them, they feel that pretty much they can develop on anything. They're not really particular when it comes to that. They love the Wii U, they love the Nintendo 3DS, but the fact that they are saying that, even with comparison to the other platforms that they develop on, I think that's really good. Not skipping on power could mean a lot of things, but I think it means exactly what it means. The system is not going to be super weak, but then again, the system's not going to be like super PS4 Pro or Scorpio or anything like that, which most of us are already expecting that. Now, I do expect this to be like kind of modular in nature as far as the Nintendo Switch. I do feel that there's going to be a SCD or there's going to be add-on hardware that it boosts the power over time, just because we've had indications that that's going to happen. But I think at launch, as far as that unit goes, what you're going to be able to buy base unit, I think it's going to be a fairly decently powered system, and it's going to have a lot of amazing games because Nintendo's going to make sure there's a lot of games on there. But let's go ahead and move on to some other things here. How nice is the Switch interface compared to the use of the Nintendo 3DS and the Wii U in the home menu? What we have is not final, I believe, so I don't know. Are you doing a port of Steamworld Heist / Dig? Also, what about a remake of Tower Defense? Image Informer says, we're focused on new games, but ports are not being ruled out in the future. Next question, how long have you been keeping this massive secret? I tell everybody, so kudos. Image Informer replies with, since early 2016. Next question, is the rumor true that Nintendo Switch is actually a unicorn that you can ride? Image Inform says, yes. Next question says, did it smell good when you first opened the box, or did the kit even arrive in a box? Answer from Image Inform, the question is relevant, we'll cover it. Next question, how easy has it been for you to develop for, having already developed games for the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U? Image Inform responds with, great question, can't go into much detail, but we'll do our best. Next question, does it need Steam like robots to work? Image Inform responds with, it's powered by a small Steam engine in our basement. True story. Next question, how is it to develop for compared to other consoles, Wii U, PS4, Xbox One, etc.? Image Inform responds with, it's great. Next question, I'd love to know how the development environment is when compared to other consoles you've been working on. Image Inform responds with, interesting. Next question, is it a new game or IP that you're working on? Answer, new game. As Nintendo's decision to stop talking after having raised more questions than answers is probably a mistake, you're the last hope. Image Inform responds with, thanks for the love. Next question, and how's the new handheld screen? Please tell us how it compares to the Wii U gamepad. Image Inform responds with, the screen is great, you won't be disappointed. Next question, will you be bringing Steamworld Dig and Heist to Nintendo's next console plus anything new? We're focusing on new games, but ports are not impossible to do, of course. Next question, what's the UI like? Image Inform responds with, can't show. Alright guys, and this goes on for quite some time. There's a lot of people asking questions. I just wanted to get some of the more interesting ones out of there. Like, is the Nintendo Switch a unicorn? I think that was probably the biggest thing, but just to get some reactions on this, I talked about how, you know, the UI, they talked about the controller feeling good in your hands, they talked about the screen being good. I think this is going to be a very solid device. I think it's going to have a lot of great qualities about it. You can just take a comparison. Just look at the Wii U gamepad. Look at the Wii U gamepad and look at this device, Nintendo Switch. Literally, it's the same size as far as the screen. It's going to be a 6.2-inch screen. It looks about the same size, but look at the design. Look at how more modern this device looks than the Wii U gamepad. Granted, the Wii U gamepad is not that old, but look at the difference in how Nintendo designed the Wii U gamepad over this Nintendo Switch device. Nintendo Switch looks far more sleek, far more modern, far better looking, far more ergonomical to hold. It just looks a lot better. I love the fact of what they're doing with the Nintendo Switch as far as the design. Just the looks, the aesthetics of it already look a lot better than the Wii U. The Wii U looks a little bulky, looks a little toy-like in nature, which some people said at launch. It does look that. I was more interested in how the application is going to work with the Wii U gamepad, potentially having RTS games, strategy, RPGs. That's what I was excited about when the Wii U launched. Obviously, we didn't get much of those on the Wii U. We got platformers and other things, but maybe with the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo goes back to kind of their bread and butter and what they've done the best when it comes to Nintendo 3DS and when it comes to Wii U, when it comes to their games previously in the past. Their RPGs, their action games, their adventure games are some of the best games ever, and I think the Nintendo Switch can really take those games and bring it into a whole new light. We still haven't gotten real HD renditions of games, at least official HD renditions of stuff like Fire Emblem, the traditional Fire Emblems, guys. We still haven't got Bites and Katos. We still haven't gotten F-Zero. We still have not gotten many games in real HD. This is the system. If there was ever a system to bring out all of those big guns that made you a Nintendo fan in the first place, this is the system to do it, Nintendo. Please do not waste time on some of these other things that they did with the Wii U, this Game & Warriors, and these Nintendo Lands. Trust me, guys, those games are fine if you like them, but Nintendo needs to impress. They need to bring back those dudes that have left. They need to bring back those Super Nintendo fans, bring back those fans from those eras, and bring in all those 3DS dudes. I want to see a Fire Emblem so bad. I want to see Fire Emblem in HD. I want to see what that would look like. A brand new one would be amazing. Or even if they did this, what if they took Fire Emblem Conquest, Birthright, and Revelation, and they kind of just put it all together on one cartridge and said, here you go, HD remastered. Think about the oh my gosh, that would be a killer app. Like, that is just so awesome if they were able to do something like that, because as much as I love the Fire Emblem games on the 3DS, the graphics are looking a bit rough in 2016. So I would love to see them take that, remaster that in HD, actually just remake it, not even remaster, remake that game with modern graphics, all 3 games on one cart. Oh my gosh, imagine the type of glee that Fire Emblem fans and core gaming fans would have if Nintendo did something like that. I would love to see more. I mean, obviously we've seen a lot of people clamor for F-Zero. There's been talk about plenty of games coming back, but if there was ever a time, like I said, to bring back Animal Crossing, bring back Fire Emblem, bring back F-Zero, bring back all these games to the console to where you can play it on your TV, this is the system to do it. This is the time to do it. They've got the most powerful system that they've ever had. It's like now or never at this point. So I expect to see a very aggressive lineup from Nintendo. I'm looking forward to just seeing what they have in store, because they know they have to impress with this system when it comes to the content, when it comes to the game. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That basically wraps up this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks, and everything in gaming. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace!